Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Kristyn and I'm so excited that you're here. I make videos to encourage you, empower you to be more and not less in this world, and most importantly to have fun, because this beautiful life is meant to be enjoyed.
Everybody has their doubts, but you can't stop now. You just gotta live.
So today's video, to go along with the summer theme, I was actually planning on doing a video on like summer clothes for like just regular clothes and people who lift and everything, because I know it can be hard to find clothes that fit and that look good. But as I was starting to think of that, I was like, honestly, kind of like my mission or my boundaries that I put on my YouTube video or my Instagram is I don't want to post anything that me a few years ago would use to fuel my hate for my body or my eating disorder or spiral me deeper or compare or anything like that. And so, like, I mean, if you looked at my Instagram just a year ago, I was posting stuff with me in the gym and flexing and things and workout clothes and bathing suits. And I'm not saying if you post that stuff that you're bad, but for me personally, when I came back, like, I know that if I posted that, if I was following someone, like even if they were a great person, like it wasn't anything on them or they weren't showing off, I know if I saw that, I would still compare myself. And so I was thinking, I'm like, do I want to put myself out here in bathing suits, in shorts, not because I'm like self-conscious of my body, but because I'm gonna give some girl out there who is struggling with her own body more hate for her body if it doesn't look like mine, or more comparison, and like I don't want that. And so I transitioned to it. Instead of doing a summer clothes haul, I just want to sit down and talk for a few minutes, like, and just talk to the person and to the woman or the girl who is struggling with body confidence this summer. Because as the warmer weather has been hitting, the shorts are coming out, the bathing suits are coming out, the tank tops are coming out. If you go on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, you're gonna see people in bikinis and people who look different than you and who maybe you think look better than you, and you're gonna be like surrounded by diet culture and people saying they need to get the bikini body and they need to get ready for summer, they need to diet down for summer, and you're gonna hear and see all of these insane messages. And that just, it frightens me, because I know how it has affected me over the years, and I have worked hard to make my Instagram a place where I can feel safe in all of that, and I still struggle with that. And it scares me knowing how many people are going to see and hear those messages and how it's going to just completely like destroy them and turn them down a dark path. This video right here is just for you. If you are struggling being confident in your body this summer, let's just talk. Because the truth is that you were not created to look or be like any of those people, any of the things that you see on Instagram. We know that social media is a highlight reel. People aren't necessarily going to post when they look the worst and the worst angles. And I know people are being a lot more real and vulnerable and opening up into what they really look like, and that's awesome. But there's still so much Photoshop and there's still so much just fakeness on social media. And so you cannot compare yourself to like their best, because oftentimes we see ourselves as our worst, and we cannot see ourselves as other people see us and as we were created to be, because we have like this filter that we've already determined in our heads that we don't look good or we don't deserve to be wearing this outfit or whatever the case may be. And so that's how we start to see ourselves. If you are struggling, I hope that you can just realize that you were created to be you, to look like you, to act like you, to think like you, and to just to have all the amazing characteristics, both physical and like personality wise, that you were given. And that person over there, they were created to look and think and act and be like they were created to be. And y'all were not created to be the same. So when you are looking at other people and their bodies, what they're wearing, and comparing yourself or feeling bad about yourself or not feeling confident about yourself, what you're doing is you're saying, I wish that I wasn't created like I was. I wish I was created like them. And the truth is, no matter how much you wish or how much you say that, that's never going to be true for you. You were not created to be like them. You will never be and look like them. And that is the most amazing gift of all. Because if we all looked or became like the person that we want to, there wouldn't be us. And the honest thing is while you are thinking that about someone else, there is someone, I guarantee it, that is in your life, either that follows you on social media or that's in your friends or your family or that sees you just on the street, that they're wishing that they looked or could be like you. I guarantee that. And so what we have is this domino effect, is if we're always just looking at the next person, we're all gonna fall down because we're all trying to be someone we're not. It's just like, if you try to get a car to fly, a car's not gonna fly. Or it's like that quote, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it's gonna go through its whole life thinking it's stupid. And I know that's more about abilities and not like looks, but it's the same thing. If you constantly judge yourself and your body based on someone else who you were not created to be, you're gonna go through your whole life thinking that you're not enough, that your body isn't enough, that what you look like isn't enough. And so I really just hope you can just start to own that you were created to be different. Even if you don't necessarily love that person yet of who you are, can you just realize that you were created to be different? And can you realize that that's actually your superpower, not a detriment to you? The second thing I'm going to say is, if you are struggling with body confidence, is that it's realizing that you're not going to go from one to the other. I think honestly we put so much pressure on ourselves to immediately turn around and love our body because, you know, the world says, okay, hate it. It's like, oh, we're just going to start loving it. But that is such a hard transition to make. And so I'm just asking, not that you have to love your body. If you are not feeling confident in your body, can you just accept it and find confidence outside of your body and say, hey, my body has done so much for me and it continues to do so much for me, so I'm going to accept it, I'm going to respect it, and then I'm going to rise above it and say, hey, my confidence doesn't come from what I look like, but from who I am, because my outward body may change either, you know, as life goes on, or if I choose to change it. You can do all these things to try and make your outward appearance different, but it's who you are on the inside that actually matters, and that is so beautiful, and that creates your beauty and your worth and your value. And so I'm just saying, like, please just don't think you need to change your outward appearance, because that is the least interesting thing about you. You can accept and respect it, and then rise above and realize that your confidence comes from something much deeper and much bigger than simply what pant size you wear or how your body looks. And the third thing I'll say is, if you are struggling with body confidence, can I just ask, what lens are you creating that confidence from? Is it the lens of the world, or is it the lens of God? Because just like here on my shirt, there's a beautiful stars. If you go outside and you take your phone and you try and take a picture of these stars, you're going to take a picture and it's going to look blurry. You're not going to be able to see it. They're just going to look like little dots, and it's not going to look very good. But if you remove the phone and you were to look just at the sky with your naked eye, man, is a sky full of stars one of the most beautiful things ever. And because it's created by God, and it is created to glorify God, and it is created with so much worth and value and beauty. But if we are looking through our phone, we're gonna miss it. And it's the same thing when we try to view ourselves as the world sees us, or the world says we should be seen, or even as we view ourselves in the mirror, like looking through the iPhone. We can't see that because we can't see who we truly are. We're just seeing a moment in time. Just like when you're taking that photo, you're seeing a moment in time. But when you remove it and you start to see and realize that it's an actual living being, and that those stars are amazing, that they're up there giving light and giving off heat, that they are doing just things that we can't even comprehend and understand in the galaxy. And they are not just what we're seeing, but they are in other galaxies that we don't even know about. And so when we start to look through the right lens and realize just that the beauty that something has is not necessarily what it looks like, but what it can do. You don't ever look at a star and go, you know, that star is pretty cool, but that one, why does it think it's even a star? It's ugly. We don't do that, because we just see it who they were created to be. And so I hope, if you are struggling with body confidence, can you stop comparing yourself and stop thinking of yourself as how you look, but rather who you were created to be. You are just so much more than your body. And I know you might hear people say that a lot and you can't feel it yet, but what I'm really trying to get through on all these things, after this talk, I know you're not going to immediately just change the way you view yourself, because it is a struggle and something that I still struggle with years later today. Whether you've had an eating disorder or not, just like in this culture, this is something that women struggle with. But it's something that I am so passionate about, because I believe that women were created to be more than their body, to be more than the world is telling us to live for, and that the world is selling us, and the world is telling us to fit this ideal and to fit ourselves into a mold of who we're supposed to be or who we're supposed to look like, or just to live for these basic things like how we look. And we were created for so much more than that. Our purpose is bigger than our body. And how we look is the least interesting thing about it. And so I am so passionate about helping women and girls see that they were created for more by the Creator than just this body. And so even if you are not super confident about it, can you just accept that this is who you're meant to be? And can you just realize that, like, by trying to change yourself, you are giving into the world, and you are letting the world and the enemy of this world take over for you and just take your life. Because I promise you, that path may look good, but it's ultimately just going to lead to destruction and to death and to ruin for you. But if we just choose the path of life, and you realize that you were created for more, and that your body, what it looks like doesn't matter, because what it's holding matters. It holds your heart. It holds your ability to love and to care for other people. It holds your brain, your ability to use it to be smart and intelligent and just go out and change the world. It holds your hands that can make things, and your feet that can get you places, and all the parts of your body that can do so many amazing things other than just look a certain way. And so my heart in all of this is, I really just hope that if you are struggling with being confident this summer, I'm not going to try and convince you how you can immediately love your body, but I am asking, can you just accept where you are right now and choose moving forward to cut out the lies and to not listen to them, and to instead listen to the voice of truth telling you that you were created for more, that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, that you are a beautiful creation, that you hold so much worth and value, because that's what you can be confident in. I'm not telling you that you're always going to love your body and you're going to be super confident in your physical being. But when you know who you are and whose you are, you can be confident enough in that so that your light shines from the inside out. No matter what you look like, you can be confident this summer in who you are and not in just what you look like. I know it's not going to be an easy process, but I want you to know how loved and how beautiful and how much value and worth you have that is not found in outward appearance. But today, can you just take one step forward? You don't have to go from 0 to 100. You don't have to all of a sudden become confident, but you stop getting mad at yourself when you do tear yourself down. Can you stop a negative thought and instead turn it to a positive affirmation? Can you find clothes that make you feel good and that fit you and not the other way around? And can you stop seeing yourself through the world's lens or through other people's lens of what you think you should look like or what you should be, and start to see yourself for exactly who you were created to be? I just send you guys so much just love and encouragement, hope and strength if you are going through body struggles, because I know it all too well. But you were created in the image and likeness of God. You are so beautiful, and I pray that that gives you the confidence that you need to go out into this world and to let your light shine. I know this is a heavy topic, and my DMs are always open for you guys to talk to me if you are struggling, but I just truly hope you go knowing just how beautiful you are, and that you deserve and you were created to be confident in all that you are, because you were uniquely made just the way you're meant to be. And so of course, like always, I hope you go knowing that you are worth more than you know, and that your worth is not in your body. You are capable of more than you think, and you are loved more than you can imagine. I'll see you in the next video.